कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I hope you are able to see my screen. So we'll continue our reading of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 10, text 49. हेन काले ऐला तथा भवानंद राय चारी पुत्र संगे पड़े महाप्रभुर पाए. At that time, Bhavananda Rai appeared with four of his sons, and all of them fell down at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Purport by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhavananda Rai had five sons, one of whom was the exalted personality known as Sri Ramananda Rai. Bhavananda Rai first met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after his return from South India. At that time, Ramananda Rai was still serving at his government post. Therefore, when Bhavananda Rai went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went with his four other sons. They were named Vaninath Rai, Gopinath Patnaik, Kalanidhi, and Sudhanidhi. A description of Bhavananda Rai and his five sons is given in Adi Lila 10.133 and 134. सार्वभौम कहे ए राय भवानंद इहार प्रथम पुत्र राय रामानंद. Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya continued. This is Sri Bhavananda Rai, the father of Sri Ramananda Rai, who is his first son. तबे महाप्रभु तारे कैल आलिंगन स्तुति करी कहे रामानंद विवरण. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Bhavananda Rai and with great respect spoke about his son Ramananda Rai. रामानंद हे न रत्न जाहार तनय ताहार महिमा लोके कहन न जाय. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu honored Bhavananda Rai by saying, the glories of a person who has a jewel of a son like Ramananda Rai cannot be described within this world. Which means if a person becomes a devotee of Krishna, then even the father gets benefited. So the best thing we can do for our father, mother, grandfather, grandmother is to become a sincere devotee of Krishna. साक्षात पांडु तुमी तोमार पत्नी कुंती पंच पांडव तोमार पंचपुत्र महामती. You are Maharaj Pandu himself, and your wife is Kunti. Your wife is Kunti Devi herself. All your highly intellectual sons are representatives of the five Pandav brothers. Pancha Pandav Tomar Pancha Putra Mahamati. राय कहे आमी शूद्र विषय अधम तबु तुम स्पर्श ईश्वर लक्षण. आहा. So beautiful. After hearing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's praise, Sri Bhavananda Rai submitted, I am the fourth class of the social order, and I engage in mundane affairs. Although I am very fallen, you have still touched me. Tabu tumi sparsha. This is proof that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A Ishvara Lakshan. You touched me even though I'm fallen, because only Krishna does not become contaminated by touching a contaminated person like me. Everything comes from Krishna. Krishna is everyone's father. Pitaham asya jagata. This is proof that you are Krishna, Supreme Lord, because you did not discriminate against us. Purport. As stated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita 5.18, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Shwapagge cha Pandita Samadarshinaha. The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmane, a cow, Gavi, an elephant, Hastini, a dog, Shuni, and a dog eater, Shwapake, who's an outcast, dog eater. But Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Pandita Samadarshina. A Pandit, a humble sage, sees them with equal vision. Those who are highly advanced in spiritual understanding do not care about a person's material condition. A devotee may be Indian bodied, foreign bodied, rich devotee, poor devotee, highly educated PhD devotee, or illiterate devotee. But if the person loves Krishna, chants Hare Krishna, it doesn't matter. Material condition doesn't matter. A spiritually advanced person sees the spiritual identity of every living being. How is that? Because a spiritually advanced person starts developing the qualities of Krishna, becomes godly. And because Krishna does not differentiate, the pure devotee also does not differentiate. Vaishnava Jati Buddhi. No, doesn't do it. A spiritually advanced person sees the spiritual identity of every living being. And consequently, he makes no distinction between a learned Brahman, a dog, a Chandal. Chandal means Shwapake, or anyone else. Cow, elephant, Shudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya. No, no distinctions. He is not influenced by the material body, but sees a person's spiritual identity. Jivera Swarup hai Krishna Nitya Das. This cockroach is also Krishna Das. Brahmaj is also Krishna Das. That is the vision of a pure devotee. Consequently, Sri Bhavananda Rai appreciated Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's statement, which showed that the Lord did not consider the social position of Bhavananda Rai, who belonged to the Shudra caste, engaged in mundane activities. They were kayasthas, that time considered Shudras. Rather, the Lord considered the spiritual position of Bhavananda Rai along with that of Ramananda Rai and his brothers. The servant of the Lord is also similarly inclined. He gives shelter to any person, any living entity, regardless of whether he belongs to a Brahman family or a Chandal family. The spiritual master reclaims all people and encourages everyone in spiritual life. By taking shelter of such a devotee, one can make his life successful. As confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.4.18, किराटहुनान्ध्रपुलिन्दपुल्कषा आभीरशुम्भायवनाख सादयः यन्ने च पापायदपाश्रयाश्रयाः शुध्यन्ति तस्मै प्रभविष्णवे नमः. Very beautiful verse. Kiratas, Hunas, Andhras, Pulindas, Pulkashas, Abhiras, Shumbhas, Yavanas, and members of the Khasha races, and even others who are addicted to sinful acts can be purified by taking shelter of the devotee of the Lord. Due to his being the Supreme Person, the Supreme Power, I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Prabha Vishnave Namaha. Everyone can be purified. Whether they are tribal people, whether they are outcasts, everyone can be purified just by taking shelter of the devotees. Yad apashrayashraya. Not even taking shelter of Krishna, taking shelter of those who have taken shelter of Krishna. One can become purified. This is the power of taking shelter, Sharanagati. Srila Prabhupada continues in the purport. Whoever takes shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his pure devotee is elevated to the spiritual order and purified from material contamination. This is also confirmed by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita 9.32. मां हि पार्थ व्यपाश्रित्य येऽपि स्युः पापयोनयः स्त्रियो वैश्यास्तथा शूद्रास्तेऽपि यान्ति परां गतिम्. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, and Shudras, workers, tepi yanti param gati. They can attain the supreme destination. How? Mamhi Partha Vyapashritya. They have to take ashraya of me. They have to take shelter of me. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Anukulya Sasankalpaha Pratikulya Vivarjanam Rakshishyati iti Vishwaso Goptritve Varanam Yatha Atmanikshepa Karpanya Shadvidha Sharanagati. निजगृह वित्तभृत्य पंचपुत्र सने आत्मा समर्पिलु आमे तुम्हारा चरणे. Shri Bhavananda Rai. So great. Appreciating Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's favor upon him, Shri Bhavananda Rai also said, along with my home, riches, servants, and 5 sons, Nija Griha, my house, Vitta, my treasury, my money, Bhritya, my servants, Panchaputra, my 5 sons, Sane, with them, Atma Samarpil, Atma Samarpan, Atma Nikshepa, Atma Nivedanam. I am offering myself to you. Manasa Deha Geha Joki Chumor, Arpilu Tu Apade, Nanda Krishor. Samarpilu Ami, Tomara Charane. Bhavananda is saying, I surrender everything. My home, my money, my servants, my 5 sons, along with myself at your lotus feet. Nija Griha Vitta Bhritya Panchaputra Sane आत्मा समर्पिलो आम्ही तुम्हारा चरणे. Purport. This is the process of surrender. As Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Manasa deha geha jo kichu more arpilu tu apade Nanda Kishore. In Sharanagati. When one surrenders unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, he does so with everything in his possession. My Guru Maharaj says, Krishna does not see what you offer him. Krishna sees what you hold back. Hare Krishna. When one surrenders unto lotus feet of Lord Krishna, he does so with everything in his possession. His house, his body, his mind, and whatever else he possesses. Jo kichu more. Arpilu tu apade Nanda Kishore. If there is any obstruction to this surrendering process, one should immediately give it up without attachment. It is our attachments in this world that keep us away from Krishna. When we attach to Krishna, then Krishna will pull. And then when Krishna pulls, we should not hold on to the things of this world. We should let go. To walk ahead, we have to lift our feet from behind. One cannot say, no, I will stand here also and I will move forward also. Not possible. We cannot be stuck in the material world also and be with Krishna also. We have to make a choice. Here or there. If there is any obstruction to this surrendering process, Sharanagati, one should immediately give it up. That is called Pratikulya Vivarjanam. Give up all the attachments. If one can surrender with all his family members, there is no need to take sannyas. If all the family members are devotees and one is doing bhajan with family, then there is no need to take sannyas. যেদিন গৃহে ভজন দেখি গৃহেতে গোলক ভাই. Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, when I see nice bhajan going on in the family, all the family members are engaged in bhajan, I feel my house has become Golok Vrindavan. Grihete Goloka Bhai. However, if the surrendering process is hampered by so-called family members, one should immediately give them up to complete the surrendering process. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada did that. Text 56. Now Shri Bhavananda Rai is going to introduce his sons. এই বাণীনাথ রহিবে তোমার চরণে জবে যেই আজ্ঞা তাহা করিবে সেবনে. This son, Vaninath, who is incarnation of Bhim, this son Vaninath will remain at your lotus feet to always immediately attend to your orders and serve you. आत्मीय ज्ञाने मोरे संकोच ना करिबे যেই যাবে ইচ্ছা তবে সেই আজ্ঞা দিবে. So he gave one son permanently in the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The other son Ramananda also is coming. He's going to join. My dear Lord, please consider me your relative. आत्मीय ज्ञान है. मुझे अपना समझ लो और अपना समझ के do not hesitate to order whatever you desire. मोरे संकोच ना करिबे at any time. Don't hesitate because you know that I am yours. যেই যাবে ইচ্ছা তবে সেই আজ্ঞা দিবে. Whatever you want to tell me, as you desire, I will do. Don't hesitate to tell me. प्रभु कहे कि संकोचा তুমি নহ পরা জন্মে জন্মে তুমি আমার সবংশে কিঙ্করা. Jai Ho. Sri Chaitanya also said, Ki Sankoch. What kind of Sankoch? What hesitation? No, I will not hesitate. After all, you are my birth after birth, my servant, along with your family. Savamshe, Moro Kinkar, to me. Janme Janma, birth after birth. In Bhagavad Gita, also Krishna says to Arjun that many births you have taken, many births I have taken. I remember them, what we have done together in the past, but you don't remember them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Bhavananda Rai's offer, saying, I accept without hesitation, because you are not an outsider. Birth after birth, you have been my servant, along with your family members. You are Pandu, Kunti, and the five sons. दीन पाच सात भीतरे आसीबे रामानंद तार संगे पूर्ण हबे आमार आनंद. Shri Ramananda is coming within 5 to 7 days. As soon as he arrives, my desires will be fulfilled. I take great pleasure in his company. Jai Ho. Great devotees take pleasure in their each other's company. एत बलि प्रभु तारे कैल आलिंगन तार पुत्र सब शिरे धरिल चरण. Saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Bhavananda Rai. The Lord then touched the heads of his sons with his lotus feet. Taraputra Sabashire Dharila Charan. All four brothers, they offered obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Lord touched the heads of all the four sons with his lotus feet. Kalanidhi, Gunanidhi, Gopinath Pattanayak, and Vaninath Rai. तबे महाप्रभु तारे घरे पाठाइला वाणीनाथ पटनायके निकटे रखिला. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then sent Bhavananda Rai back to his home with his three sons, and he kept only Vadinath Pattanayak in his personal service because he was offered by his father. भट्टाचार्य सब लोके विदाय कराइला तबे प्रभु काला कृष्ण दासे बोलाइला. Hare Krishna. You remember how Kala Krishna Das had a fall down in South India, got attracted by the women and wine of the Bhatraharis. Sri Saro Bhattacharya then asked all the people to leave. Afterward, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called for Kala Krishna Das, who had accompanied the Lord during his South Indian tour. Hare Krishna. प्रभु कहे भट्टाचार्य सुनह इहार चरित दक्षिण गियाचिल इह आमार सहित. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my dear Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, just consider the character of this man, Kala Krishna Das, who went with me to South India. Bhattahari kache gela amare chhadiya. Bhattathari haite ihare anilu uddhariya. He left my company to associate with the Bhattatharis. But I rescued him from their company and brought him here. He left me, but I brought him. I saved him. एबे आमी इहा आनी करिला विदाय यहाँ इच्छा जाह आमा सने नाही आरदाय. Now that I have brought him here, I am asking him to leave. Karilana viday. Now he can go wherever he likes. Yaha ichha jah. Let him go wherever he wants. For I am no longer responsible for Kala Krishna Das. Nahi Aradai. This is the worst thing that a devotee can hear from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That you do whatever you want. I have nothing to do with you now. You are not my responsibility. There cannot be anything worse than this. My Guru Maharaj, Param Pujya, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj says, in the Shastra we see Gopal Chapal offended Srivas Thakur by trying to ruin his reputation. And immediately within 3 days, he got leprosy and then suffered miserably. Maharaj says that is very good. That means Krishna is directly taking interest in you, in rectifying you. Similarly, Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's son-in-law, Amog, criticized Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and gave great pain to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya by criticizing Mahaprabhu in front of him. As a result, he got cholera and was suffering greatly. Maharaj says this is great mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In both these instances, Gopal Chapal and Amog, the purification, the rectification, the reformation took place through punishment. Ultimately, they got mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the worst thing that can happen to us is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying that you are no longer my responsibility. You can do what you want. You can go where you want. You and Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu is telling Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, you and Nityananda Prabhu gave me this traveling companion, servant, Kala Krishna Das. So he was my responsibility. He left me and went to the Bhartaharis to break the regulative principles. He left my service. I trusted him and he broke my trust. But I still saved him. Uddharilu. I saved him and I brought him back. Why? Because he was my responsibility. But now that I have brought him back, this ungrateful cheater, unreliable servant, unreliable devotee, I relieve him from my service. I relieve him from my association. Now he can do whatever he wants. Go. Mahaprabhu is saying. This is the worst thing that can happen. Ebe abi iha ani karila na viday. Jaha ichha jaha amasane nahi aradai. Go do what you want. You are not my responsibility anymore. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes, Kala Krishna Das was influenced and allured by nomads or gypsies, Bhattataris, who enticed him with women. Please listen carefully to Srila Prabhupada's words. Maya is so strong that Kala Krishna Das left Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's company to join gypsy women. Even though a person may associate with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he can be lured by Maya and leave Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's company due to his slight independence. Only one who is overwhelmed by Maya can be so unfortunate as to leave Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's company. Yet, unless one is very conscientious, the influence of Maya can drag one away, even though he be the personal assistant of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what to speak of others. Unless one is very conscientious, the influence of Maya can drag one away, Srila Prabhupada writes. What is the meaning of very conscientious? When His Holiness Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj in Gita Nagari in the summer of 2005 was preparing himself to leave this mortal world and become Nitya Lila Pravishta, enter the divine pastimes of Radha Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. A few days before Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj's glorious departure from this mortal world, he was having unbearable pain. The cancer had spread all over his body, including to the bones, and he was having excruciating pain. He was trembling with pain, and he was minimizing the use of painkillers because some of them can cause a drowsiness, and he did not want to lose focus on Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Sham, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham. If you go to YouTube and type Bhakti Tirtha Swami last Kirtan, this Kirtan will show up. He was having so much pain that particular day that even the painkillers were not working. Even slight movement was causing pain because the cancer had spread everywhere. It was even poking through his skin. All his bones were studded with tumors. He wanted to show something to a visitor and he tried to lift up a small little briefcase like a laptop bag. And when he tried to do that, his shoulder bone, clavicle, cut. It cracked and broke into two pieces. The cancer had completely riddled his body. Excruciating pain, excruciating pain. One leg was cut off already. Every day, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj would go and read to him and speak. They would discuss about Sri Vrindavan Dham and particularly Radha and Krishna for 2 to 3 hours every day. It was 6 p.m. in the evening when their katha was going on, just two of them. And Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj requested Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj that Maharaj, today can we end our discussions little early because I have not completed my rounds today. Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj looked at Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj and said, Maharaj, in your condition, you're so absorbed in Krishna, even though you're in so much pain, you don't have to necessarily chant 16 rounds on your japamala. There is cancer everywhere, you're in so much pain. Prabhupada will understand. Prabhupada will understand. Don't be in anxiety about physically chanting your 16 rounds. You're completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj became very grave and replied to my Guru Maharaj that Maharaj, since the day I was initiated by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj joined in the Brooklyn Temple in New York. That's where he met Srila Prabhupada the first time. Since I was initiated by Srila Prabhupada, so he was initiated sometime in, I think, 1973. Not very sure, but sometime around that time, 1973, 74. And this is 2005. So it's been over 30 years. Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj said, in over 30 years, since I took initiation from Srila Prabhupada, there has not been a single day when I have chanted less than 20 rounds. This is the meaning of unless one is very conscientious. So they ended the katha early, and next day the personal caregivers of Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj would bathe him, clean him, assist him, feed him. They were telling my Guru Maharaj that it takes 5, sometimes 6 or even 7 hours for Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj to chant his rounds. Just 20 rounds. Why? Because there is so much pain, and Maharaj will not move to the next bead unless and until he has chanted that Mahamantra with full attention, full concentration. So time is secondary. The quality of japa is primary. This is called conscientious. This is called sincerity. Prabhupada says, unless one is very conscientious, the influence of Maya can drag one away, even though he be the personal assistant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What to speak of others? Even this can happen to personal associate of Mahaprabhu. What to speak of me? Srila Prabhupada wants us to think. Sincerity is so important. The Bhattadharis used to increase their numbers by using women to allure outsiders. This is factual evidence showing that it is possible at any time to fall down from the Lord's association. One need only misuse one's little independence. In Prabhupada memories, one Prabhupada disciple was telling, Srila Prabhupada wanted to increase the preaching in Africa. Not many devotees were there in Africa at that time. So he told one particular devotee, you go to Africa and preach. And personally allowed him to touch his feet, put his hand on his head, embraced him, and gave him his own garland. Prabhupada removed his own garland and put it around this devotee who was about to go to Africa to preach. This is in the 1970s. He felt so empowered. Prabhupada personally telling him, go, allowing him to touch his feet, embracing him, and then with his own hands removing his Maha garland and handing it to this devotee as a token of blessings and love. He went to Africa and had great success initially. And then book distribution picked up, money came, and he was the sole leader in Africa that time of preaching. Being the sole leader brought a lot of power and independence. No one to supervise so much. He was telling in the memories that I got carried away by Maya. And those desires which I had cherished in my childhood started bothering me. Our desires, Purva Samskar, are very powerful, my dear friends. They can come and haunt us at the least expected hours. Bharat Maharaj had a tendency to give protection and shelter as the king. For many years, he was the king. When he saw the deer, that tendency took over. And immediately he developed that nature that, oh, I have to protect, I have to protect, I have to give protection to this deer. He is helpless. And that became the cause of his downfall. Even a good quality can be used by Maya to bring us down. From his childhood, he had harbored an attraction for expensive wristwatches. And growing up in magazines and other places, billboards, he had seen Rolex watches, which are considered to be the world's best watch, Rolex. He always, as a child, as a teenager, had a desire to own and wear a Rolex watch. Now, he was in Africa preaching. He was a regional secretary. He was a sole leader in that part of the world, managing all the funds that were coming. And he used the temple funds to purchase himself a Rolex watch. And for few years, going around wearing the Rolex watch. And he didn't tell anybody, he didn't tell Prabhupada that I have misused the money like that. Then occasion came for him to visit America for some work, and he was supposed to meet Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada called him for a report. And he was feeling so guilty. How can I go in front of Prabhupada with this Rolex watch? I have bought it illegally with ISKCON money. So he thought, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Uh, Maybe I should just give it to Prabhupada when I meet him. I'll just wash it, clean it nicely, and when I meet Prabhupada, I will give it to Prabhupada as an offering. That will nullify my offense. So he cleaned his watch and went to meet Prabhupada, offered his obeisances, and Prabhupada looked at the Rolex watch in his hand. Even before he could say anything, Prabhupada said, "What is that?" And he immediately understood that Prabhupada knows everything. There is no need to tell anything to Prabhupada. He knows everything. So he gave that watch to Prabhupada and said, "Prabhupada, this is a gift." Prabhupada took the Rolex watch in his hand, looked at the Rolex watch, then looked at his devotee, and with a mischievous smile asked him, "And you bought this for me?" And this devotee was very embarrassed. He could not reply yes or no. He just looked at Prabhupada, begging for Prabhupada's mercy, and Prabhupada accepted the Rolex watch to save him from the aparad. One only need misuse his little independence. That is the point. If we misuse our independence, then we'll fall down. Once fallen and separated from the Supreme Personality of Godhead's association, one becomes a candidate for suffering in the material world. Although rejected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kala Krishna Das was given another chance, as the following verses relate. Kala Krishna Das's story is very poignant, like the story of Chota Haridas, and gives lot of warnings, very instructive, at the same time very hope giving, because both the stories have happy ending. एत शुनी कृष्णदास कांदिते लागिला मध्याह्न करिते महाप्रभु चली गेला. Hearing this, that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had rejected him, Kala Krishnadas began to cry, Kandite Lagila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Namo Mahavadanyaya, most merciful, simply got up from there and went to take his noon lunch. Mahaprabhu can apparently be very kathor, Shasta. He can be a great disciplinarian. However, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not caring for him, immediately left to take his noon lunch. Madhyana karite Mahaprabhu chali gela. Hey, he's crying. Mahaprabhu does. Go, you're rejected. Gets up and leaves Mahaprabhu. My point is, my dear friends, when we make a mistake and Mahaprabhu rejects us, our only hope is Nityananda Prabhu. His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj tells the story. Once there was a disciple who was addicted to drugs. He joined the temple, he was chanting, he was doing some devotional service also, but at times he used to use drugs because he was habituated, he was conditioned, he was addicted. And he could not give up that bad habit of doing drugs. And devotees in the ashram would notice he's doing LSD, he's doing this, he's doing that. And the temple president at that time complained to Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj through phone call. What do I do with this fellow? Should I throw him out of the temple? Tamal Krishna Goswami said, let me ask Prabhupada. Tamal Krishna Goswami told Prabhupada what was going on. Prabhupada said, tell that devotee that I said, if he does not stop using drugs, I will reject him. The warning was conveyed to the devotee. He apologized. Was sober for a few days. But then again, old habits die hard. The old habits came to haunt him, and he again slipped into using illicit drugs. Again, the complaint. Again, Tamal Krishna Goswami told Prabhupada, and again, Srila Prabhupada said, tell him that if he doesn't stop using drugs, I will reject him. Again, the warning was given. Again, the devotee apologized to the temple president, became sober for a few days, but then again fell victim to old habits. Third time, the message came through the temple president to Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who conveyed it to Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada said the same thing. Tell him that if he doesn't stop using illegal drugs, I will really, really reject him. Tamal Krishna Goswami looked at Prabhupada and asked, Prabhupada, will you really reject him? Prabhupada looked at Tamal Krishna Goswami and replied, I cannot reject anyone. I cannot reject anyone. Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, feeling a little agitated, replied, but Prabhupada, there has to be some limit. Prabhupada said, there is no limit to the mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And I am his representative. There is no limit. So when Mahaprabhu rejects, it is Nityananda Prabhu who is our only shelter. Prema matta Nityananda kiba avatar uttama adhama kichu na kare vichar. Nityananda Jagadananda Mukunda Damodar Chari jane yukti tabe karila antar. After this, the other devotees, headed by Sri Nityananda Prabhu Jagadananda Pandit, Mukunda Datta, and Damodar Pandit, began to consider a certain plan. Even though a person is rejected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada writes, the devotees of the Lord do not reject him. Hare Krishna. Therefore, the Lord's devotees are more merciful than the Lord himself. Sri Narottam Das Thakur thus sings, Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Paye Keba. One cannot be relieved from the material clutches without engaging in Vaishnava Seva, service to the pure devotees. Lord himself may sometimes be very hard, but the devotees are always kind. Thus, Kala Krishna Das received the mercy of the four devotees mentioned above. Nityananda Jagadananda, Mukunda Damodar, Charijane Yukti Tabe, Karila Antar. The devotees came to the rescue. And how they came to the rescue, what they did, Krishna willing, we will see tomorrow. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for your kind association. Please bless this Das. Vinit Prabhu, you have a question. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Sorry.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Danda Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, sorry to disturb. I know it's a little late. Just 1 minute. Prabhuji, you just mentioned that Krishna always sees what we offer and and also like what we hold back. So what we hold back, that line, what do you exactly mean? Like grudges or something, or like?
No. What we hold back means Sudama, Brahman, had nothing. When he went to Dwarkapuri from Sudamapuri, he had nothing with him. So he didn't know what to give as a gift to Krishna when he met him after so many years. But his wife said, I will beg something from the neighbors. So she went to the house of four neighbors and got a small handful of poha, chipped rice from them, wrapped it in a torn cloth, and gave it to her husband. That Prabhu, when you meet Dwarkadhish Krishna, please give him this gift. Sudama walked for many days from Porbandar to Dwarka. It took him many days. And he fasted all those days. He could have thought, okay, there are 4 handfuls of poha. दो मैं खाता हूं, दो ठाकुर जी को देता हूं, मुझे भी भूख लगी है. But no, he kept all four for Krishna. To begin with, he had nothing. He begged 4 handfuls of poha and gave all of that to Krishna. When Krishna saw him, Krishna asked, भाभी ने मेरे लिए कुछ उपहार भेजा है क्या? And he was feeling lajja, he was feeling ashamed to give this to Krishna. Seeing the opulence of Krishna, seeing what kind of opulent food Rukmini, Satyabhama, ityadi were cooking for Krishna, he thought, what is the value of this poha? It is so hard, old, dry. If Krishna eats, उनके मुंह में छाले हो जाएंगे. So he did not give. So Krishna ने छीना झपटी की. नहीं नहीं, भाभी ने भेजा है कुछ, आपको खाली हाथ नहीं भेजा. नहीं नहीं, कुछ नहीं, मेरे कुछ नहीं. He had tucked it in his underarm, which is a dirty part of the body, जहां हम लोग डिओड्रेंट मारते हैं. वहां पे छुपा दिया. नहीं कुछ नहीं, कुछ नहीं. कृष्णा पुट हिज हैंड एंड इन द टग ऑफ वॉर द क्लॉथ बैग ओपनड अप एंड फेल ऑन द ग्राउंड. और भगवान ने जमीन से उठा के खाया. Why? Because Sudama and his wife gave everything they had. सो कहने का तात्पर्य यह है, यदि किसी के पास $100 है और वो $10 देते हैं, अर्थात वो 10% दे रहे हैं, और हमारे बैंक में $200,000 है और हम $100 दे. देखो, वो डिवोटी ने $10 दिए, हमने $100 दिए, पर उसके पास केवल $100 है, हमारे पास $200,000 है. सो कृष्णा डजंट सी कि ये डिवोटी ने सिर्फ $10 दिए, ये डिवोटी ने $100 दिए. नहीं, कृष्णा से ये डिवोटी के पास सिर्फ $90 है और ये डिवोटी के पास, आप कैलकुलेट कर लो, 99,000 so many dollars है. सो कृष्णा डजंट जस्ट सी व्हाट यू गिव, कृष्णा ऑल्सो सी इधर पीछे क्या है, व्हाट यू आर होल्डिंग बैक फ्रॉम हिम. ऐसा. सुदामा गिव 100% एंड कृष्णा इज सी हाउ मच वी आर गोइंग टू गिव. इसीलिए जब कृष्णा ने बहुत सुंदर सुदामापुरी बनाई सुदामा के लिए, जितना सुंदर, जितनी सुंदर द्वारकापुरी थी, उतनी ही ऐश्वर्यमय सुंदर सुदामापुरी बनाई भगवान ने सुदामा के लिए. परंतु कृष्ण ने सुदामा को नहीं बताया कि आप जाओ घर, आपके लिए वहां पे कई सारे महल बनाए हैं, आपके सेवकों के लिए भी महल बनाए हैं, पूरा सुदामापुरी बन गया, द्वारकापुरी ऐसा, आपके लिए जाओ देखो. और उधर भोगने के लिए आपको एकदम मैं युवक शरीर भी दूंगा, और आपके पत्नी को ऑलरेडी मैंने युवती बना दिया है. कहा नहीं सुदामा से, ये बताया नहीं उनको. जब सुदामा वापस आए तब उन्होंने देखा सुदामापुरी को. क्यों नहीं बताया? श्रील विश्वनाथ चक्र ठाकुर टीका में लिखते हैं, क्योंकि भगवान कृष्ण, द्वारकाधीश कृष्ण को बहुत वो लज्जित हो गए थे. कह रहे थे कि सुदामा ने मुझे अपना 100% वेल्थ दिया. क्या मैं सुदामा को 100% वेल्थ दे रहा हूं मेरी? क्योंकि मैं तो, आई ओन एवरीथिंग, सर्वलोक महेश्वर. क्या मैंने ब्रह्मालोक दिया सुदामा को? क्या मैंने वैकुंठ लोक दिया सुदामा? नहीं. एक छोटा सा सुदामापुरी दिया गुजरात में, पोरबंदर में. तो मैं तो सुदामा को बिल्कुल एक अंश का भी अंश दे रहा हूं, पर उसने मुझे 100% दिया, मैं 0.1% भी नहीं दिया उसको. तो मुझे लज्जा आ रही है कि हाय हाय, मैं कुछ नहीं दे पाया मेरे भक्त को, मेरे भक्त ने इतना दिया, 100% दे दिया, और मैं तो 0.1% भी नहीं दे रहा हूं. तो भगवान कृष्ण लज्जित हो गए. ये है भगवान की शीलता, भगवान की नम्रता. तो ऐसा बहुत सुंदर प्रसंग का स्मरण हुआ मुझे. तो ये है अर्थ, अर्थ की भगवान केवल ये नहीं देखते कि हम क्या दे रहे हैं, भगवान ये देखते हैं कि हम क्या नहीं दे रहे, जो देने योग्य है. ठीक है प्रभु जी.
वेरी
हरे
गुड. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, थैंक यू सो मच.
हरे कृष्ण. श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. निताई गौर हरि बोल.
हरे बोल.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. हरे कृष्ण.